All right, here's the crazy hag story part two, but this time I actually have it recorded and it won't be as long as the first one. All right, so this one is living with a niece. All right, so I don't have any of this part recorded, but let's just say I had been suffering with depression a lot lately. Back in November of 2023, I had caught COVID, and I was out of work for like 2 to 3 weeks, and I couldn't work, and I suffered tremendously. And I was becoming later and later on rent, and I wasn't able to make do with my bills. And I had just lost my girlfriend. And I'm pretty sure you guys have, heard about that from previous stories. But yeah, I definitely lost my girlfriend, and it sucks. She moved back up to Akron with her family. So yeah, I definitely was battling depression really bad. Plus, I was about to lose my apartment, and everything was just fucking falling to pieces for me. Well, all right, so I'm going to read it from that moment on. It's living with a niece. When I was on my last week living at Winslow Drive, I announced it on Facebook that I needed a place to go, and a family friend of mine named Anise volunteered to take me in. The first red flag was when I borrowed $10 from her for food days prior, and I explained that I was going to give it back to her on Thursday night, but she kept blowing my phone up on Thursday morning when I was trying to take a nap. Once I woke up, I messaged her and I explained that I wouldn't get paid until the night, and she didn't believe me, so I had to send her a screenshot. I ignored this red flag because I desperately needed a place to go. The second red flag was the fact that she smokes inside of her house, and she rarely vents the smoke out, and it just lingers up in the air. I didn't want to be an asshole by asking her to smoke outside, but then again, I was being a pushover by letting her pollute my lungs with her cancer smoke. On the first day of me living there, we were talking about the differences between white actors performing in blackface versus black actors performing in whiteface, and she kept fucking interrupting me. It wasn't like a simple interjection, but a full-blown interruption, and so I voiced my concerns. She got upset with me, she gaslit me, and tried to say that she was just having a conversation, and that, oh, you just want the conversation be the conversation about you, which isn't how conversation etiquette goes. The next one is a minor little nitpick, but she tends to blast her music and TV loudly, and it's nothing I super care about, but I felt like I should put it in this story. I went to the restroom one day, and as I approached the bathroom, the door was cracked open. I started entering, and she was like, "Hey," and I apologized. I was like, "Oh, my bad." She had to get the last word in, and she was like, "You should knock next time. How about you shut the fucking door next time?" She rarely knocks on my door before entering. She'll straight up just walk in without knocking. I'm a human, and I tend to make mistakes, but the way she acted about this next one was as if I was being vindictive or something. The night before this day, she told me she was making breakfast, and when I woke up the next day, it wasn't prepared at all. It was already 11 o'clock, and I assumed she was leaving for the day. But I thought wrong. She had went out, and she was gone for a solid minute, so I DoorDashed some Arby's. She pulled up as the DoorDash was leaving. She lectured me about getting food. I told her that I completely forgot, and I offered her one of my sandwiches. But she refused and then guilt-tripped me over it. She kept saying, "I guess I'll worry about me and my daughter from now on, and you can feed yourself." I'll even admit that I'm a dickhead for this one, but she's still an asshole in and of itself. I went to the storage unit to get my clothes because I needed to get them before I went back to her place, and then she was going to meet up with me later. When I went to the laundromat and put quarters in the dryer, I didn't have to hit start until I was done paying. Well, when she showed up and loaded her clothes, she, being very frustrated, kept telling me to hit start every time a quarter was inserted. I politely explained to her that I didn't have to hit start each time, and she was like, "I hate being told what to do," and she kept mumbling on about how she knew what she was doing. The very next day, I had the day off work, and my depression was getting the best of me, so I slept the day away. I'd wake up for a little bit, mess around on my phone, and then go right back to bed. I came out of the bedroom around 5:30 p.m. to talk to her and be sociable, but it was apparent that she did not want to talk to me. I kept trying to make small talk, and she was blatantly ignoring me, but I was trying to get her to at least acknowledge me. When she finally did, she just blew up on me. Okay, I didn't put this in the story, but I was talking on my phone. I was messaging on my phone using the voice chat, and she was like answering it. I was like, oh no, it was to my friend. And then I was like, so Anise, blah 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 blah. I asked her something, and she goes, huh? Are you talking to me or are you talking to your phone? And I was like, oh, I was asking you. But anyway, she goes, look, I don't want to talk right now, especially because you've been laid up in your room all fucking day. That shit ain't cool. And I explained it to her, I was like, I got depression, but she completely disregarded it. You weren't depressed when you were on the phone last night for 2 hours with your friend, which doesn't make sense, but it was apparent that she did not understand depression or mental health problems. We briefly argued, and I eventually just went back to my room because arguing with someone with her was completely and utterly pointless. Of course, she was running her cocksucker the whole time I was walking back to the room. I just choose to ignore her because I didn't want to get into it with this fucking idiot. I will note here that I did leave a small amount of piss on the floor, and she bitched about that too. I'm not saying she doesn't have the right to be upset about that, or even voice concerns, but when I tried to make it up to her by cleaning it and drying it up, she wouldn't stop bitching about it the whole fucking time. She's also been picking at me for wearing the same clothes since I moved in, and I tried to explain to her that my clothes were in storage and I was going to shower once I was done at the laundromat, but she ignored what I was saying and kept saying that it was just me being lazy. I tried to explain it to her that I wasn't going to do it ever again, but she just wanted to bitch about it anyways. Okay, so apparently I forgot to write the rest of this down. I thought I had it in here, but anyways, alright, so the rest of this is just me going to freestyle it. Alright, let me make sure, hold on, okay, good, I'm still recording. If I would have found out that I wasn't recording, I would have been fucking pissed. But anyways, I'm going to try to wrap this up. So anyways, there came a point in time, now it's only been a week since I moved in with her, and, so, as it was that Friday morning, and I was getting ready to get to work, and every morning she would sleep on the couch, and I would have to wake her up, and she would have to come and fucking unlock the door, let me out, and then lock the door right behind her. She never gave me a key since I lived there, and it's fine, I'm okay with that, but anyways, so I went to go leave one time, and she was already awake, and I was like, good morning, blah, blah, blah. And she looked over at me, and she saw I was wearing the same shirt from, the last day or two. And she's like, I see you're still wearing the same damn shirt. And I'm like, so I just ignored it, and I said, hey, listen, my phone's broken, but when I get home, I'll cash app you that $50. Because I was paying her $50 a week for rent, and she was like, gets up slowly, and she starts going towards the key. She goes, you better just go ahead and save that $50 for somebody else, because I can't have you living here with your depression. And I just looked at her like, I said, okay, fine, I'll be out tonight. And she just goes, bye. And then she fucking shuts the door. And I'm like, you are such a cunt. Seriously. So I walked to the bus stop. I'm like, man, I'm going to fucking kill this bitch. And I know at that point, she did not have to give me a 30-day notice. So I was like, fuck, man, I gotta be out tonight. So that's when, like I said, I asked Alec if he wouldn't mind, And obviously, if you guys have listened to the audio before, this is basically the prequel to the story, because I recorded this second, right after I uploaded the first, 40-plus minute video. Now I'm uploading this one. But anyways, I'm done with that bitch too. I'm done with living with fucking crazy middle-aged fucking bitches. I'm tired of it. Also, another thing I forgot to put in the story about Anise is her favorite thing to say is, "Da fuck? Da fuck? Da fuck?" Like, she is ghetto, ratchet, fucking wannabe hood rat. She's like 50-something years old. She thinks she's hot shit, but she's not. She's a fucking idiot. I strongly don't like her. And I don't like Lisa. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about with the Lisa story, Lisa was in the story before this one. And like I said, this is a prequel to it. So this takes place late February 2024. So But anyways, I don't know. Maybe somebody will listen to this, but who knows? All right.